Click on the subscribe button to watch more videos on my YouTube channel, and also click on this bell icon to get all notifications on your mail.
Hi friends, in this video I'm going to explain vertical tank drawing part 2. Already explained the vertical storage tank part 1 drawing. I will explain this in 3 tutorials. Already explained about this 2D drawing and the 3D modeling of the total project in CATIA, also explained in previous. Videos. You can also watch my videos in my playlist, those are available, and you can observe the vertical tank drawing, 2D drawing. This is the drawing with all the dimensions I mentioned in the 2D drawing. You can observe on the screen. This is the 250 height, and the in between the height is 1750 and the cone height is 550. You can observe the vertical tank drawing. The first part is completed. In between part is, this is the first part. In between part I want to completed to explain in this tutorial. This is the first part. I want to explain this to attach to the second part. Same as southwest isometric, I am going to the southwest isometric view on the conceptual. You can also realistic, and you can also give the conceptual views by using the visualization toolbar. This is the southwest isometric of the first part, and the second part is you can observe the dimensions. The 10 thickness of the flange is there, first flange, and the end of the flange is one of the 10 thickness flange is there. In between the height of the shell is 1750 and thickness of the shell is 3 mm thickness. And by using the simply all of the same, you can also copy this. You can also increase the height also by using the model. I will show you. You can observe that I am copying to the objects same as what I prepared the before, and you can observe you can also extend this. You can also extend, and I want to develop again the model circle, and the outer diameter of the circle is 906 and the 900 is the internal diameter. And you can observe the 906 minus 900, you can get the 6 and both the end of the 2D drawing you can get the 3 mm thickness. And by using the subtract command, the 1750 height I mentioned, you can observe on the screen, and the 1750 height and the 400 into 400 and the 900 ID is the vertical tank of 400 into 400 of the one of the hole is there. On how to create this hole, simply copy this, the flange, and the same flange is attached to this shall also. I am simply copying to the object to the same, and simply copy the same object and the center point. Select the center point by using the move command, and select the center point and where you want to attach. Carefully you can observe the midpoint. You can attach on the, it will exactly meet to the 906 OD. It's nothing but the flange diameter is 906 ID, and the 946 is the outer diameter of the flange. Simply copy that flange also. On the two flanges you want to require, simply copy this. You can also mirror the object in 3D mirror also. It can possible by using these two commands, 3D mirror or 3D array. Also you can create the different types of holes of the PCD circles. The 3D array and the 2D array also very helpful. The 2D drawing, you can also use the 2D commands and also 3D commands to develop the model. And you can observe I am creating the one of the line over here, because the in between the one of the square type of hole is there. How to create the holes on a cylindrical flange. For example, this is a slant hole. It is in a circular space. If it is difficult to construct the hole on the cylindrical, I will show how to create this. Simply draw the center line of any of the dimensions of the reference lines can take, and create the hole like this. For example, by using the circle command, C enter 280 I am taking. I want to change this diameter, you can also change as you wish. I am giving the one of the flange 280 into 170 ID like this. You can observe this 170 ID is somewhat mistake is there. I am taking the height is radius is 280, diameter and the outer diameter is 280, and I am changing the internal diameter of the size is I am changing to the 250. For example, it is also showing like this. You can observe the radius 250 and the diameter 500. I am giving the 250, 150 and click on enter, and you can observe I want to change the diameter to 150 and the 130. The outer diameter is 150 and the outer internal diameter is 130. Simply consider this, extrude this object, two objects, select the extruded to the outside. You can observe by this process you can create the hole. Simply drag the object onto the any of the distance. It will coincidence with the cylindrical shell, and I'm giving the minus 250. Over here you can observe you can also create the negative direction or positive direction by using the stretch command. I'm stretching this. You can observe by using the subtract. I'm subtracting the object, and you can observe the subtract. As you enter and click on, you can observe the hole is of the flange is of the nozzle is created, and simply drag onto this what is the cylindrical shell I constructed. On that you can drag this like this on the position of YZ or XY direction or ZX direction. What are the directions you performing the operation, and simply I am going to copy this object same to the other side, because first you want to create the nozzle before hole is you want to create the hole. First hole is required, after that the nozzle is constructed. Simply I am separate the what are the diameter of the circle, and simply extruded the object, and simply subtract the command, subtract the solid. The hole is created, same dimensions of OD is there. Simply drag and drop that, and what is the height nozzle where you want to mention. Like this you can create the hole. First create the hole, then after create the nozzle. Simply you can copy paste the nozzle from the other drawings also as per the dimensions. Not like this. This is the one of the process I'm explaining. You can observe the southwest isometric. You can observe the clearly the hole is how the hole is created. You can observe the hole is visible, and the nozzle is also you can visible on the screen. You can also increase the diameter also by using the circle object and the move selection object. And you can observe the one of the circle I want to create this, and again I want to create the another diameter of 150. And you can observe the extrude operation, extrude this to somewhat, because this is the flange. And as you enter, I'm giving the height on the thickness of the flange is 15 mm for example. And as you enter, subtract the inside object, and by using the subtract command simply copy paste or move this object to the nozzle. Simply create the circle operation by using the circle diameter of 150, or what is the PCD you want to put. I'm giving the circle diameter, and the PCD hole diameter is for example 20 or 15 or 10 mm. I'm giving the diameter of 15, and as you enter, extruded this first, then after subtract command, subtract the object, first object, and select the second object. Before that I am going to explain with the 3D array command. Simply 3D array, how many holes are required. I am creating the holes of polar and 3D array, and select the object first and give the polar command. Number of items in the array 360 degrees. Rotate the 360 s and the center point of array, and the second point on axis of rotation, and the subtract command. Subtract all of the objects. Before that select all of the objects and select the flange of thickness of the flange 15 mm. Then you can observe the holes are created. You can also create the multiple objects also by using the subtract. Then the one of the flange is created. Simply copy this to or move the object by using these commands, and the move and select to the end point of the flange. You can observe the nozzle is created on the cylindrical shell. This is the process. The first part 1 is completed with the larger flange. In this small flange I explained, and this is the vertical storage tank of second part is completed. You want to create the one of the flanges there on the top. Simply copy this flange to the other side also by using the 3D mirror or copy or mirror commands. By using the top option you can observe the both flanges of PCD is same, and go on to the northwest isometric. You can observe the different view. I want to attach this to the the flange, and easily the flange will adjust it to the other end by using the move object. Select the object and simply you can also create this, and on other end cone I want to develop the cone, then only I'm leaving like this, and you can observe the one of the part 1 is completed, and simply drag and drop to the flange, the two flanges. Here you can observe the two flanges will coincide to the same PCD holes. You can observe on the zooming. After creating, you can, this is the large diameter, then only this, the holes are not visible properly, and it is the nearly 1000 mm, all dimensions are mm. You can observe the circle that is created. I want to create the 10 mm thickness plate on that circular blank to cover the top of the storage tank. Simply extrude at the 10 mm thickness of the any of the circle diameter as your wish. You can give the, I am giving the 906 OD because the outer diameter is constant with the outer diameter of the shell. And you can observe the copy the object over here and copy and center point, and simply select the center point. You want to change the view, you can also change the view. Simply move the object and select the center, and select the center point where is highlighted on the top. Select that. See, the top of the cover is created. You can, by using the 3D forbit command, you can observe the halo position of the bottom. You can observe the 3D forbit, and you can observe the inside the blank is there. You can observe the you can observe on the screen. This is the second part 2 explained in the AutoCAD. Already explained the previous tutorials of 2D drawing. You want to download this drawing, those drawings are available in my website, and you can observe the Autodesk library. I want to create the different types of materials are applied to this type of drawing. You can also apply the different types of materials like liquid materials and the metallic components like this. I'm giving the facade stain blue like this. You can observe the, you want to paint the object to the red oxide type of object is there, and galvanized plating type of material. Different types of materials browsers are available in the latest AutoCAD software. You can observe the how the you want to separate the flange, it is visible somewhat different color is there. Then you can easily understand those two flanges are there on the object. And you can observe the, I'm going to the different types of Autodesk library tools are there. I'm going to the metals has the different types of components. These are more essential on the 3D modeling. And you can observe the rust heavy. You can also give the rust, for example, rust heavy type of material you want to put this, you can also give this. And like this, the part 2 of the design, that you want to give the stainless steel to the object, you can also give the stainless steel and the steel galvanized type and the steel cast type of materials. Different types of materials you can get by using this. You can also give the stainless steel materials also. See, somewhat as compared with the other, it's somewhat shining like this. Stainless steel you can give this. This is the one of the basic tutorial to develop the vertical storage tank of the septic tanks. Different types of tanks you can create by using the 3D modeling workbench. On the before you want to construct any of the 3D model, you should require the detailed drawing of the 2D drawing is required. 2D drafting drawing with all the dimensions, with the technical calculations also required. Somewhat is technical calculations is helpful to design in the 3D model. If you does not follow the technical calculations or technical type of concepts, you cannot achieve the absolute product on the assemble type of part. You cannot achieve by using the 3D model. So much time is required also on spending on AutoCAD software as compared with the other softwares. This is the vertical storage tank of the blank is completed, and the vertical part 1 and the vertical tank part 2. This video I will explain the next video, vertical tank part 3 with the cone of the end of the cone. This is the one of the tutorial for the beginners also.